Commander Zhel-Kora came to Earth expecting easy prey. Instead, he found Kael Navarro, a human who refused to accept the rules of biology, pain, or death itself. And when the Kalthrin realized this human could break through their technology, they understood the most dangerous truth of all. Earth doesn't breed prey. It breeds the kind of predators that make the universe tremble. The observation chamber flooded with crimson light as Commander Zhel-Kora watched the human specimen tear through reinforced containment glass with nothing but bleeding fists. Scientist Rixoth recoiled from his console. His appendages trembled as bioscan readings flickered across holographic displays. Impossible! The sedative dose would immobilize a Thorkin war beast. The human called Kael Navarro stood motionless among shattered fragments. Blood dripped from his knuckles onto pristine white floors. His eyes tracked every movement in the control room above. "He should be unconscious," Rixoth whispered. Zhel-Kora leaned forward. "What is he waiting for?" The human smiled. Emergency sirens wailed as secondary containment fields activated. Kael pressed his bloodied hand against the energy barrier. The field shimmered, crackling where his palm made contact. "The barrier is degrading," Rixoth announced. His voice pitched higher. "How can organic tissue disrupt quantum-locked frequencies?" "Run the psychological profile again," Zhel-Kora commanded. Data streams cascaded across screens. Heart rate, elevated but controlled. Cortisol levels, paradoxically declining. Neural activity. Synchronized patterns the consortium had never documented. Kael spoke for the first time since capture. "You think pain makes us weak?" His voice carried through the observation speakers with unnerving calm. "We studied your species for cycles," Zhel-Kora replied through the intercom. "Your fragility is documented. Your short lifespans, your primitive biology. Then you studied wrong." Kael stepped closer to the barrier. "Pain does not diminish humans. It focuses us." The containment field collapsed. Rixoth frantically keyed emergency protocols. "Backup systems offline. He damaged something we cannot detect." "How?" Zhel-Kora demanded. "I do not know." Kael moved through the facility with purpose. Not running, not panicking. Each step deliberate, calculated. He avoided automated defenses before they activated. Turned down corridors seconds before patrol drones arrived. He memorized our patrol patterns, Rixoth realized. During his sedation periods, he was never fully unconscious. Zhel-Kora watched security feeds. Activate the hunters. Biomechanical sentries emerged from wall compartments, designed to track prey through electromagnetic signatures, built to corner and subdue. Kael stopped walking. The hunters surrounded him in the central atrium. 7 units, each programmed with lethality parameters, each equipped with neural disruptors. "Subject surrounded," a tactical officer reported, requesting permission to terminate. Zhel-Kora hesitated. The human stood perfectly still, not surrendering, waiting. "Fire!" Neural disruptors activated simultaneously. Kael collapsed as energy weapons discharged. "Biosigns negative," Rixoth confirmed. "The human is terminated." Then Kael stood up. Blood vessels ruptured beneath his skin, his eyes bloodshot. Tremors racked his frame, yet he moved forward. "Impossible." Rixoth's voice broke. "Neural disruption should sever all voluntary muscle control." Kael grabbed the nearest hunter. His fingers dug into its armored chassis. Metal screamed as he tore components free. Circuitry sparked. The machine went dark. The remaining hunters recalibrated, fired again. Kael absorbed the discharge, went down, rose again. What evolution created this? Zhel-Kora whispered. Not evolution, Rixoth said quietly. Choice. Kael destroyed the fourth hunter when realization struck the consortium observers. Humans did not overcome pain through physiology. They overcame it through sheer psychological force, through refusing to accept biological limitations. Cease combat operations, Zhel-Kora ordered. The remaining hunters withdrew. Kael stood among wreckage, his body failing, systems shutting down from neural damage and blood loss. Yet he remained upright. Why do you persist? Zhel-Kora asked. Because stopping means accepting your definition of what I am. Kael's voice weakened. You called us prey. You were wrong. We observed your species consume itself through warfare, through self-destruction. And you thought that made us weak. Kael swayed. You did not understand. We do not fight despite our fragility. We fight because of it. Every human knows death intimately. We grow up with mortality. It does not terrify us. His legs buckled. It teaches us. Kael collapsed. Medical drones rushed forward. Zhel-Kora stared at unconscious human. What did we capture? Rixoth pulled up Earth's evolutionary history. Predator species, persistence hunters, endurance runners who chased prey until it died from exhaustion. Not prey, he said softly. Never prey. Hours later, Kael woke in medical containment, healed, monitored, not restrained. Zhel-Kora appeared on a holoscreen. We release you. Why? Because understanding your species requires accepting we cannot contain what refuses to be contained. You present a question we cannot answer. Kael sat up slowly. What question? If every human possesses this capacity for psychological override of biological limitation, what becomes of species who encounter you as equals rather than specimens? The transport shuttle arrived at dawn. Kael departed without looking back. Zhel-Kora watched Earth grow larger in viewports. We wanted to study predators. We found something worse. We found survivors who choose to become predators. Rixoth powered down observation systems. Should we warn the consortium? Warn them of what? That humanity cannot be categorized? That they rewrite rules through willpower alone? Yes. Zhel-Kora considered. Some lessons must be learned firsthand. The question remained, what happens when an entire species refuses to accept their own limitations? If this story challenged your perspective on human resilience, like and subscribe for more explorations of what makes us uniquely terrifying among the stars.